Right, so we're talking about toilet tissue for some reason. I've gotten to the conversation of wiping your butt. Anyway, and it's transpired that Christopher stands up and bends over to wipe his butt because no one's told him since he was a kid. It's not the done thing. So, like a 4-year-old kid shouting his mum, he literally gets off the toilet and he stands up and bends over and wipes his bum.
I don't bend over.
Well, what'd you do? Why'd you stand up? He couldn't understand. It was like, you just lean. He says, how'd you do it then? He said, you just lean a little bit to one side and you put your hand under. He's like, well, you can't see what you do. You don't need to see your bum.
Can't see. You get some mirror.
You standing over a mirror?
I live in a big house, I've got the space.
He lives in a big house, he's got the space.
I've got the space to move about.
That is.
Not in prison.
Imagine he's one of them at the urinal and pulls his shorts down to his ankles.
Hey, we're not in jail.
We're not in jail. Well, you'd be unlucky in jail if you were doing that, wouldn't you?
Oh no, because someone would do it for me, wouldn't they?
It cost you a couple of cookies and a Mars bar.
Yeah, fair enough. A couple of ciggies, yeah, man. Have someone wipe my butt.
There you go. Morning, guys. A bit of a difficult. See her in a dressing gown, where's she? We are working at Aspley in Nottingham today. It is Monday and the day of the Queen's funeral. So wasn't particularly happy about working. I didn't want to be disrespectful. However, I've got my dad's funeral at the end of the week, which means I'm sort of missing Thursday, Friday. So we needed every hour we could get really on site. So we decided to come in and we're going to work till 10, 10:30, ideally beforehand. So what we're going to do is we're going to dig the front out. We're going to get a load or a pile ready, 15-ton of muck, ready for the grab lorry, which is booked for tomorrow morning. So I'll just show you the job. Okay, this is the job. As you can see, I've already pulled in the tree services, Mapley Tree Services, Glen. Absolutely amazing. Those guys have been in. And they have already taken out last week, before I arrived, the privet hedge. We've cut this holly hedge back. It was about 12 foot and came out to, you know, got about another half a metre at least. So we've reduced that. There was also like a tree / bush here that's been removed, ready to go. So what we're doing is we're taking out all the existing up to the fence. This is all going to be removed and dug out. We're going to make some wall alterations, which I absolutely hate. Working with this Bulwell stone, you take it down and change it. It never looks good when you've done it. There's just no two ways about it. Yeah, and that is about it. We're just waiting for Captain Chris to arrive and we're going to start digging. So the boys have arrived. What we're going to do is Chris will lift the concrete up. This is what I mean about it's been a tough job. If anyone thinks they can do this for a living every single day, I'd like to see it. There's not many who can. So what he'll do is he'll lift the concrete up, sections of concrete with the bucket, and then Ryan will have to hit it with a sledgehammer, smash it into smaller pieces to make them easier for the lorries to grab. So, which sounds fun, but after about 2 hours of it, and sometimes it isn't this easy, sometimes it can be a foot thick and impossible. So as you can see, the tube bucket is making light work of this soil. Really good soil this is, to be fair. Lovely to dig. So, yeah, watch that cable, Christopher. I'll tell you what, Virgin Media cables, NTL cables as I call them at my age, are absolutely horrendous. They can be 1 inch in the ground, lying on top. You can, oh, honestly, the installation on them is appalling. Constantly have to dodge them. Oh, Jack, is there anything that you've done at weekend that you could talk about on YouTube? Is there anything you could discuss in detail? No. You did nothing all weekend, just stayed in and played.
I read the Bible.
Read the Bible for a bit.
I watched a YouTube video about Queen Elizabeth.
We watched a couple of YouTube videos about Queen Elizabeth.
Yeah. And then
we went out for, we had tea and scones, didn't we? We went out for tea and scones, and that was about
Crumpets.
it. Crumpet
Crumpets.
or pikelets. There's an argument.
Yeah.
Chris says the pikelets.
Yeah,
We say the crumpets. But Chris thinks he thinks he's posh.
he's not posh.
Yeah. So his mum works at Asda, so he thinks he's top dollar. Waitrose. I'm going to break some concrete now just for benefit of the tape.
Look at him go. Oh, look at that, it's got a crack in it. See, he does do some work.
It is now, let me just check the time. It's 8:25. We've probably already got half a load there. It's a bit deceptive with the wide angle lens on the camera phone, but it's, God, I bet there's already about 8 ton there ready to go. So we'll just smash it up into smaller pieces, get this side trenched out and over here. And like I say, tomorrow we're gonna obviously finish digging out, take the walls down, stone subbase it all ready to go. So that's the plan. I suppose we better hope we don't hit a gas main today, otherwise we could be in trouble, because I don't think there'll be many people about to come and fix it.
Bag it, bro.
Bag it and tag it.
Bag it.
When in doubt, baggy bag out. That's our motto. When in doubt, plastic bag out. I don't have to tell you this, my mate. Your mum, she's been at it again. I've heard, it's just a rumour, so don't get upset, that she's been hanging around outside Chippy's begging for batter bits again. Dancing for them.
She was here with your mum, actually. Like a duo.
My mum's not on batter bits, mate. She's on full-on fritters. So they darted me. Like I said, I didn't really want to work today due to the Queen's funeral. We're not disrespectful, but we're just on such tight timelines. We've got to get this job done for Friday and be on the next one for next Monday. We try and do whatever we can. So I think we should be done here in the next couple of minutes. So as I said, it is now 8:45. We've been here 45 minutes. We've dug this pile. You can't really see it. Connor, go and stand on top of that pile, just show. It looks like it only looks about 5 ton from here, but you'll see, look, and this is me. It's about, there's about 25 ton there. So we've got a lorry coming first thing in the morning to take that away, and then we'll continue the dig out tomorrow morning. So, who's taking it away?
Where'd you get them boots from?
I bought them from B&Q.
Why didn't you get them off D&J?
They new shorts.
They are, mate.
Where'd you get them from? Where'd you get them from?
Projects.
Did you get them from DJ Project?
DJ
Well, you're
Projects.
lucky, mate, because you get good selling off on the internet if you don't.
Boots, DJ Projects.
DJ Projects.
Socks, DJ Projects.
There you go. What about you? Where'd you get your shorts?
DJ Projects.
There you go. What about you?
B&Q.
Why didn't you get charged from DJ Projects?
I'm sorry, I'll take them off.
You ought to. As promised, we're finished up. It's 9 o'clock. We're out of here. Back tomorrow to let people watch the funeral in peace. I'm a happy man. So for the sake of coming in for 45 minutes, it saved us, probably gained us about 8 hours tomorrow, because we'll get a lorry straight here first thing 7:30. Rock and roll. Good morning. So it is Tuesday. Watched the Queen's funeral yesterday, whether you like the Royals or not. It was fantastic to watch. Very pompous, and yeah, I suppose no one else does it like we do. Anyway, just waiting for the grab lorry to show up to take this pile of muck away, and then we can rock and roll, keep digging with that old nail. Right, so first job of the day, we're going to take this wall back to here and then reinstate, well, probably put a new coper on here, try and make this side look good, remove this so we can widen up the entrance to the driveway. So we're going to take all that out now and see how we go. As you can see, it's all dug out. Well, a bit more in that corner. Walls down, first load away. We're about, I'd say, good foot deep here. Obviously needs a bit of polishing up, tidying up round. Just going to start digging some post holes for the fence that's going down this boundary. How you doing? So now we recognise Dwayne, he was on Ali G in the house, the movie, one of Ali G's mates. And the one that gets caught at the end in the office with his mates. But, Dwayne! Hee-hee! I did it with all the hat on. Okay, so we were busy taking the wall down and about to rebuild it. However, Christopher has decided he wants to now put the fence in today, which we had arranged for DJ to drop off tomorrow, or somebody. So now we're going to have to drive and fetch it, load it up, unload it, but we should get it in today hopefully. So we'll see how that goes. Here we go, look. Bit of behind the scenes. So we've taken corner of the wall down. Just started setting first fence post and gravel board, which is proving to be a bit of a nightmare. Everything is dug out to about a foot deep, 12 inches. And grab lorry's here now, just take the rest of this muck away and we can start stoning it up. That's about it. We've got the last of the muck going. Chris is just getting in now with the machine and taking the last dregs away. more than equal. If you look at the structure there, we're more than enough to look out. Fence is going in, we just set the first panel, 2 posts. Ryan is now digging the 3rd hole, proving to be a bit of a bugger. We're on some sort of, don't know what it is, like sandstone bank or something. It's absolutely solid, but this is what happens. Man like Foldsy, supervising. Yes, Foldsy. That's how we roll. So plan today, get the fence in, get the stone knocked about, ready to lay some blocks tomorrow. We're back at D&J project. Look, it's abandoned. There's the gaffer's car and all that. Yeah, so we're just picking up some more fencing and get this fence finished at the job we're on. Absolutely, sod's law. I've just been and picked up the rest of the fencing, 6-foot fencing for here, and then realised that. So what's basically happened is we've realised that this section here works exactly 7 foot. So rather than have a 6 foot with like a 1 foot sort of cut panel here, we're gonna just get a complete 7 foot. We're gonna fix it to the wall and drop it in, and then it should be beautifully level and plumb, and it will look a lot tidier that way. Right, so first load of stones down. We're just going to compact this now. We have 3 bays of fencing in. We're just waiting for the 4th, which is the 7-foot bay. We're collecting that in the morning. Bit low on stone down here. Yeah, so materials and things are coming in the morning. Fingers crossed we should be able to start laying tomorrow. Morning everybody, it's Nick at B&P Paving. I've got a couple of minutes to spare this morning. I'm currently outside the site, it's 7:15. I've got DJ dropping some stone off, I've got John A's bringing some materials. So I like to get here early just to make sure I'm here, just to make sure things go in the right place. Not so much for Dave, as it's quite self-explanatory, but with the material delivery, it's quite a lot of stuff, so it needs to be put in the right place. It can save hours of grief, as you saw last week. So yeah, I've got a couple of minutes, sat in the van. I thought I would address or talk about a couple of things. First thing, I just want to say thank you so much to each and every one of you for subscribing or even watching. If you get to this point and you're seeing this, yeah, like we started this 2 months ago. It was a bit of a joke. Like, you know, I'm not gonna lie, we'd seen Dave do it and we kind of seen the reaction he got from it, and we thought, you know, we could do something or do something similar. And yeah, so we're just amazed at the reaction, and honestly, you know, all the comments, and as you know, I'll try and reply to everybody as best I can. I appreciate if things get more hectic, it's going to be difficult, but I am trying to, you know, I want to engage people. You can ask me questions. Yeah, just love it. So please keep watching, please keep commenting and liking. Yeah, just absolutely amazed and astounded. So thank you so much. Can't believe where we've got in such a short space of time, to be honest. So yeah, fantastic. So I haven't got to, that I want to give a shout out to Chris Allen, the professional struggler, for his shout out the other week. Thank you, mate. Again, these things are so helpful and they're bringing us attention, and it's got us to where we've got. So just doing the same back, showing my gratitude, and we'll have to meet up at some point. I haven't got the kind of machinery I think you deal with, but we're always breaking stuff, so I dare say we'll have to cross paths at some point. But yeah, thank you. Now, I've thought and ummed and ahed about addressing this. because I fear that some people thrive off any reaction. So even me doing this or saying what I'm about to say gives them some form of strange gratification, and it almost encourages them, I think. But I just want to address, like, literally, we put a video out and we'll get, I don't know, 200 comments, and of which there's always going to be that percentage of people. I don't know. I mean, I don't understand the psychology of it, to be honest, at all, but just nasty comments, sly remarks, you know. My message, just don't bother. Don't waste your time. This is a positive zone. We're here to do this. We're going to have fun. It's just a laugh. I want a good community, so to speak, where everyone's engaged. We don't want it. You'll just get your comment deleted. And if you then, you know, you're not happy with that and you continue to message and, you know, oh, you've deleted my comment, we'll just block you. Not bothered. I'm not playing them games. It's childish. You know, I've had one person send me some sort of, I've got to be careful with my language, crappy remark. Then I've deleted it. Then they've done it again. So I've deleted it again. I don't respond. And then they've actually took it upon themselves to find my email address and email me privately the same nonsense. So we're just going to put it out there. Just don't waste your time. It's not wanted. You're not going to get the response you want. I mean, you've got to question. I know these people who do this, who will watch this, don't seem to understand it. But for normal people or people who are sane, you've got to question someone's mentality or mental health, who, from everything I post, decide to send nastiness and then even take it upon themselves to sort out your email address and email you at 2 in the morning on a Sunday. Like, are you okay? Do you need to speak to somebody? Like, what are you doing? Like, it's just bizarre. But I know you're going to get it. But my point is, the last time I'm ever going to address this, you're just going to get you. We've got 2-3 people watching it. Your comment goes up, bam, it's took down. That's it. Waste of time. I've got really bad bedhead this morning. I couldn't be bothered. Anyway, well, I've been talking to you like in the van. John Hayes has just arrived, so we're going to unload some materials now. We've got some sand blocks, manhole stone, all sorts coming. So, yeah, amazing. David DJ Project just been and dropped off some nice roadstone for us. He's also, he's moved a couple of bits and bobs around for us, so make it a bit easier. So we'll just get this shifted and whack it in. So John Hayes have been and delivered, as you saw. This week we are using a Pave Premier 60. It's quite a popular block actually at the minute. We tend to use these, and we use a charcoal 60 border. Half bond, looks really good, as you'll see. These are the border blocks. So these are more like your standard pavers, slightly darker in shade, but they give a nice little contrast to the job. Probably over ordered on the sand a little bit, as I tend to do. Some of it's ballast, mind, but doesn't matter, we'll get it used. Some more blocks here. Bit of a mess this job at the minute, to be honest. It's been a bit hectic, so we're just putting the second layer of stone down, and I'm going to compact that shortly. So the final panel of fencing is just going in. As we said, these are all 6-foot bays. This one we're going to do 7 foot, and we're going to cut the panel down, drop it in. So it's a slightly bigger bay, but it'll give it a better look rather than having a small little cut. Also, we had to fix this post here to the wall. We've plugged it to the wall because it was a bit tight. So yeah, should look good. That is fence now installed. So this is a 7-foot bay. These are 6. It's slightly longer, but like I say, it's better than having those horrible little cuts, and it'd have been like a slither like this big, so it just wouldn't look great. So we thought that'd be better.
Right guys, progress update. Got all our edgings in. We've had to cut the wall back and rebuild it on both sides. Rebuild these pillars, which was a bit of a difficult task because we didn't have the stonework to do it with. So we've had to do our best with those. Boys are just setting the screed bars now. What we're going to do is we're going to put our metal bars all the way up, as you can see here. And that's going to be set at 10 mil, so the block's going to be 10 mil above. And when we whacker it, it's going to go down roughly 5 to 10 mil. But we set at 10 mil, give yourself a bit extra. And we've got the man from Deliverance.
I forgot what the word was.
You got a pretty mouth, boy.
You got a pretty bad boy.
Yeah, boy.
So it is Thursday morning. Just had my haircut. And we're cracking on. So yesterday afternoon, I had a hospital appointment, so I had to shoot off, so we didn't get a lot of film. But we started laying. Boys are just screeding, finishing screeding now. We've got the majority screeded. Chris is just hand floating where the bars have been. See what he's doing there. We've rebuilt the pillars out of old block. Very difficult to do. We obviously don't have an excess of stones to choose from, and when you take these walls down, they just fall apart and crumble. So yeah, that's the best we can do. So it is what it is.
We are in Greg's, the creme de la creme. There's Doris, look, going to get a cream cake. There's old Bert's thinking about life in general and where it went wrong. So tell us, what is the best Greg's baguette you can buy? Drop us a message down in the comments and let us know.
Right, so that is the driveway dry laid, as we call it. What we've done is, if you make it work 90 degree with these blocks, you can do something called half bond, which is what we've done. So half bonds, obviously, each block is half, and what that means is you can then, rather than cutting the whole thing in, it works half block all the way around. So you can then just cut halves. Same as this side. So all the borders work basically. So it just means a lot less cutting and a lot less work. So you can just cut halves in and drop them in there. There's man like folds there, marking the radial border around the bay window. And it is now break time. Listen to this. So we've just been talking about toilet paper somewhere, and it's come up that Chris, he pulls a length of toilet paper out about 1.2 metres long, and he has a little wipe on the end, then he folds it, and then he does it again and he folds it, and he continues till he's done. I think that's really weird. Don't you think that's weird?
That's horrible.
That's horrible. It's like a little poo-poo lasagna. It's horrible. That's weird.
That's why the toilet blocks up.
Well, I was going to say, just too much paper. I'm sure you only need like a couple of, 2 or 3 bits. And then
I've just ate 4 bags of crisps, 20 cobs at Greg's. I've got 2 croissants here.
Yeah, you're right. Half a roll, mate.
Cheese bake.
Half a roll.
You know, don't blame me, blame Pedo Greg.
Right, so we're talking about toilet tissue for some reason. I've gotten to the conversation of wiping your bum. Anyway, and it's transpired that Christopher stands up and bends over to wipe his bum because no one's told him since he was a kid. It's not the done thing. So, like a 4-year-old kid shouting his mum, he literally gets off the toilet and he stands up and bends over and wipes his bum.
I bend over.
Well, what did you do? Why'd you stand up? He couldn't understand. It was like, you just lean. He says, how'd you do it then? How'd you do it then? He said, you just lean a little bit to one side and you put your hand under. He's like, well, you can't see what you do. You don't need to see your bum.
Can't see. You get some mirror.
You standing over a mirror?
I live in a big house, I've got the space.
He lives in a big house, he's got the space.
Got the space to move about.
That is.
Not in prison.
Imagine he's one of them at the urinal and pulls his shorts down to his ankles.
Hey, we're not in jail.
Well, you'd be unlucky in jail if you were doing that, wouldn't you?
Oh no, because someone would do it for me, wouldn't they?
It cost you a couple of cookies and a Mars bar.
Yeah, fair enough. A couple of ciggies, yeah, man. I'll have someone wipe my butt.
There you go. So, what do you put your foot up on the bath? Do you look at yourself in the mirror like that, and or do you like pull muscle poses while you're doing it?
Hello, a bit disgusting, you know, you gotta do what you gotta do, ain't you?
Bro, you need some form of help. Hi everyone, so it's Nick at B&P. It's Thursday lunch. I am now leaving to go down south to attend my father's funeral. So Chris is going to take over the recording and keeping you all up to date with what's going on. Again, thank you all so much for the messages. Like I said, we have a laugh and whatever else, and I'm kind of one of the people I seem to be managed to, I won't say pretend things aren't bothering me, but put things to the back of my mind. But realistically, you know, it is my dad's funeral. It's been a tough few weeks, and as daft as it sounds, this YouTube thing's kind of giving me something to occupy my mind with and replying to all the comments. So yeah, bless you all. I really appreciate the time you've all taken. Yeah, let's show you this job complete. So I'll see you guys next week.
Morning everyone, we're here, we've arrived, we're safe, we're sound, no accidents, nothing bad to report. We're got the boys here, cooking up a storm, working up some motivation and ideas, positive mental attitude today.
Yeah, waiting for coffees.
Yeah.
Before we work.
Most important thing, we're waiting for a coffee. Oh, we've got some chocolate and hazelnut. What we got, Berts? What are they?
Chocolate hazelnut.
Croissants. We've got croissants this morning from. Can we put the name in?
No,
Greg's.
sponsor you. Don't do it.
Yeah, if we can get a sponsor by Greg's, but obviously, Mr. Greg's son's in prison for doing wrong things, so maybe we don't want to be associated.
Wrong from Lidl, bro.
We've got Gollum hiding. The man from Deliverance.
Yeah, boy!
Woo! And that's it. We've got to get whacked today, so it's a bit wet. We're going to struggle to get the sand in. As you can see here. Let's get it done. What a time to be alive. Oh. Sat here, bored, waiting for materials. This is the level of boredom we've got to. Putting chopsticks in your boots. And we welcome you to another edition, the first edition of Cooking with Chris. We take one vegetable pizza from Lidl and we put on some peppers. We season it with a bit of positivity. And you're good to go. We've had a bit of good luck. Someone is looking over us. They sent the sun out. It's dried up all the rain. So we're brushing it in. Don't have to come back to brush it in. We're going to put the sand back on, give it another whacker, try and force it down in between the joints. And life's good. Life's good, isn't it, Connell?
Yeah, great.
Yeah, boy.
This is it. The big debate. What we're saying, Connell. What's better, Pepsi Max or Coke?
Full fat Coke. All day, every day.
Not in a million years, it's Pepsi Max.
I know,
Full
fat. If it's full fat, then I'll Coke.
Hey!
If it's in
Drink
diet,
off.
then I'll have the Max one.
Bert's full fat Coke or Pepsi?
Full fat Coke.
3 to 1. You
fat
outnumbered,
Coke
you
all day.
lot.
Let us know down in the comments what is better, full fat Coke or Pepsi Max. I'm saying Pepsi Max. Full fat Coke makes your mouth go funny. But it's 3 against 1. But you said Pepsi Max a minute ago.
I did, yeah, but
He's left
you
job.
won on about like full fat sugar. Full fat pop.
Full fat sugar.
Pop. Sugar.
Let us know down in the comments. Let's settle this debate once and for all. Let's put it to bed.
You need a little nano camera.